Welcome back YouTubers to my channel of an everyday life of an Aspie. If you're new to my channel, I welcome you all. I'm Aspie. I'm all about creating mental health and awareness and sharing my life stories with Asperger's syndrome and the like. So if you're into any of these right now, smash the like or feel free to subscribe on the bottom right hand corner. And if you do decide to be on the bandwagon with me, to journey this journey with me, feel free to turn on the notifications for future videos for this. So I am going to today bring out to you some of the pet peeves that we hear about for people with social anxiety and anxiety in general. Some of this may correlate to other mental health disorders, so please forgive me on this front. But for any of you out there, before I begin this, I want to challenge you guys. What are your guys' pet peeves that you hear on the daily about people with mental health disorders? Let me know in the comments description to open the discussion board. Okay, let's begin this. So for me, as you know, or have known me or not, as the I've got Asperger's syndrome, social anxiety, and other mental health disorders. That's some of my pet peeves that I hear about, or the most common ones that I hear about. Obviously, number one, it's all in our head. We're just play acting, crazy, we're loony, and all that. Get over it. For one of them is that we are socializing in that. Not all people that are having social anxiety and that are introverts. Some of them can be extroverts as well, or a bit of both. So if you're asking me, well, what do you fall under in the bandwagon for this? Is me, I'm full in both spectrum there of the introvert versus introvert, depending on the everyday situation. Am I lazy? Git. Okay, am I lazy? No. As you are aware, I'm an active young woman that I have been trying to bring out videos for you guys, be it if it's those follow me vlogs that you've seen in the past with me with Father Lie, to just by bringing myself to the courage to just get out of bed every morning. Another one is, in retrospect, is do you really know what our life is like with anxiety, social anxiety, or any other mental health condition? I want to put that out there to you guys right now, because obviously you may not, no way Jose. So therefore, take a minute to just walk in our shoes, understand us, be empathetic enough, be patient with us when it comes down to when we have our everyday downtime or everyday struggle, to support us. We may want some form of advice from you, we may just want someone just there just to support us on our side of day. Another one that gets up my goat sometimes, you know, surely you can get over it. Sure, it would be nice to get over it, but as we know, it's a constant everyday struggle for most of us, fighting our demons, whatever it may be. So it's a matter, again, speaking of respecting us, being patient, empathetic, walking in our shoes, and hopefully in saying this, you'll just be able to know what we're at. Social anxiety isn't a choice. For some of the requests for what people with social anxiety and anxiety will say about this, wish people knew how badly I wish people to be like the ones around me, of these people, to be normal and live normally and know how I handle it on a day-to-day basis. They know it's hard for me to make friends or have family and friends to understand this condition. People with anxiety or any other mental health disorder obviously decides to try and bring it out to you guys, be it on the social medias or even just sharing it with you privately based on what is going down and whatever else it may be. A little compassion can go a long way. This is true in itself, because most of us with mental health disorders, all we want is a bit of compassion, understanding, a bit of empathy, not sympathy. In saying this also, we want people just to understand and do their homework and actually share, you know, what they've learned, either through just watching some YouTube videos or just through Google itself, so that they know that they're not alone. It's unpredictable. We wish for people to understand that it can be really debilitating to the point where it can cripple us with social anxiety, and it comes and it goes, and it just shows when it comes and it goes by leading up to some other signs and symptoms, which I mentioned some of these already. Stop saying no or avoiding us. Do you wish we could just please you and just say yes, yes, yes all the time to come to these everyday functions that comes our way? We're not doing it deliberately. Sometimes some of us will want to just recover and just do our way of doing our self-care, self-love and whatnot. Even though some of us with mental health, no matter what it is, we tend to talk ourselves down and out at times. Sometimes I'm saying this also, we'd rather text and not talk, hearsay. We don't mean to let you down gently when it comes down to it. We could, if we can, you know, switch off and actually try to not focus on our social anxiety like symptoms that comes our way, or anxiety symptoms our way. They don't need to know everything about SA or social anxiety to be supportive. It is a given sometimes that some people's mental health issues, be it social anxiety that I'm sharing with you today with this pet peeve, that, you know, some may not need for you guys to either understand, because some of us may not even understand it ourselves, why it's happening to us, of the social anxiety, or any other form of mental health problem that arises. All we need from people around us is maybe to research more. Again, I repeat, be more supportive, you know, appreciative of us, be empathetic and more understanding, as well as to love us for who and what we are, beyond the social anxiety or mental health condition. Sometimes it takes a while to prepare for a social gathering. This one, obviously for me, it is kind of like a pet peeve, because many people tend to rush me around, obviously not knowing, even though it takes its toll on me, mentally preparing myself a few days beforehand for a social gathering that is when I've been invited, be it a party, be it like someone winning an award ceremony, or whatever it may be. It takes a toll on me, and yes, it may take a toll on others around me that loves and cares for me sometimes in this retrospect as well. But then in saying this, for this, it does take its toll when it comes down to meeting new people. Even though many people may think of another one, can't you just switch off from that social anxiety or other mental health condition? That one really pisses me off. You know, sometimes it can't always be switched off. Sometimes it's there as a reminder, as a little, you know, silent symptom of certain things that leads our way, be it panic attacks and the like. People with social anxiety are just shy, and they can be easy to overcome. That's not always the case, however, because obviously, as I shared in one of my videos based on shyness, social anxiety and social awkwardness, the differences, which I'll link in the I-bar above me or in the description below, along with some other videos to help you guys to understand more about this, or even just a copy of the playlist of the anxiety series, so that you guys, if you want to know more about this, to understand more, if you have your loved ones that goes on a daily with social anxiety and whatnot, as well as the mental health awareness playlist, I'll put that in the description below. So I think this will end here before I ramble on, because there's so many that I keep on the top of the list for the pet peeves. Hopefully you like this. Smash like if you did. Comment below. Feel free to also, as I said before earlier, for anyone that has any mental health disorders, feel free to share these videos, or even share your guys' viewpoints of your guys' pet peeves. What really irks you, and what do you wish to actually say to those ones that say this of the common statements that you may have heard when you've been struggling with your mental health. Feel free to open up it in the discussion board here. Feel free to also follow me on my social medias, as well as in saying this, to, if you want to, as I shared so many times before, that at this point of time you'll see floating about the Patreon account versus the Ko-fi that should be on the bottom right hand corner somewhere of the screen, that I'm at the moment currently working on some projects behind the scenes, hence why I've been away out of action for a bit. And in saying this, hopefully with Patreon, for those who don't know, Patreon is one of the many crowdfunding sites of the bigger mama that helps creators like me or musicians to create what they want to create, or do something in a way of giving back to the community. So in my case, for me, I want to give back to you guys by advocating, mentoring, educating to you guys still on the full screen, as well as also for these projects that are hopefully coming up, for what I said that you'll hopefully see in the near future. And saying this also, just as a heads up, if you want to see more future videos, or you want to join in with me on my journey, as I said earlier, if you're into any of these videos and you want to collab with me, I'm shouting out to anybody who has different conditions, because as I said, I want to create an understanding for every one of us, so that, you know, we can let the world know what our life is like. So if you're brave enough to do this, feel free to PM me either through my messenger, or even if some of you who may have collabed with me in the past that wants to do it again, by all means, you know, the more the merrier, because I'm hoping to bring out as many of these as part of my project videos or what have you. Another saying in this though, if you want to see future videos of, you know, who that you've seen floating about, even though at the moment he's way out of action, let me know also in the comment section below. And in saying this, hopefully we can do it once he gets back or not. We'll just have to wait and see. But like I said, if you want to see him on here, feel free to let me know, or him know, even though I have shouted his channel out a few times, Mr. Father Liar. So without further ado, guys, thanks for support, thanks for watching. Do what love what you do. Until next time, Aspie signing out, and I'll see you.